Okay, now we move on to insertion, all right, and we take an example for this. Okay, so let's take an example from English, for example, like take the word happy, okay, happy, okay, and then we add the AR, okay, so we have, actually we have this, happy, and then we have earth, okay, that's happier, alright, now here we have two vowels, alright, happy and earth. Now we insert a glide here, which is y, and so we pronounce this happier, happier. That's the way we pronounce it. So we are, in fact, inserting a glide right here between these two vowels. Alright? So the way we represent the rule, so informally we say a glide is inserted to break up the vowel cluster. Okay, you know this already. We have already seen one example a few minutes before. Okay, so we insert the glide in. Alright. Of course, we might have the feature matrix for this. Okay, the minus consonantal, minus syllabic, plus alert, minus back, minus round. That's E, which is inserted between two vowels. It's inserted here. Okay. Now here we have a choice. We might insert it before the morpheme boundary or after the morpheme boundary. No problem. Okay. The important thing is to say that it's inserted right here. So we would say we have vowel E, this one here, and then, okay, and then that's where we insert the glide, and then the morpheme boundary, and then the vowel E. We need to mention these two vowels here because that's the reason why we in fact inserted the glide in the first place. Okay. As I said, we might consider doing this too. Okay. So if you insert it on the left side of the morpheme boundary or on the right side of the morpheme boundary, that's no big deal. Alright? We move on to major class change. Major class change, that's where vowels become glides. Alright? So we have this. That's the major class change. Alright. So, for example, we take a verb like see, okay? That's a French verb. This is a French verb. It means to solve, okay? To solve, that's using a solve, okay? And we put the infinitive. Okay, that's the infinitive marker. This is the infinitive marker. Alright? Now the result is this. Sier. What happened is that this E had become a glide. Because of the presence of this vowel right here. Okay, so we have a major class change. Now here what you need to pay attention to is what has changed when you move from E to E. What has changed? One feature in fact has changed, only one, which is minus syllabic, that's right, plus syllabic has become minus syllabic. Right. So E became E because of the presence of this. So we have E followed by a morpheme boundary followed by a vowel. We're going to represent this formally, okay? A formal notation for this. Let's have E, the vowel E, alright, that's a vowel. Alright, we might say, okay, minus consonantal, plus syllabic, plus high, minus back, minus round. That's key. Alright? What has changed? This. Remember, on the right side of the arrow, that's right, we mentioned only the feature that has changed. So this has become minus syllabic. The context here. So it's followed by, okay, here it's followed by a morpheme boundary and vowel. And this is a rule for, this is a formal notation, formal rule notation for representing major class change. Let's look at vowel reduction. Okay? Vowel reduction. Now, let's take an example. What does vowel reduction mean? It's any vowel, full vowel, that becomes a schwa. Alright? Now, here we would say that let's take this rule, okay? An unstressed vowel becomes a schwa. Alright? Fine. Let's take an example. Take this word. Phonetically, it would represent like this, okay? So, which vowel is stressed? The first or the second? Yes, it's the second. Japan. Alright? This one is unstressed. So, because it is unstressed, it becomes a schwa. Now, look at this. How do we pronounce this? Japanese. Alright, so this becomes. This one is stressed. Now, when it is stressed, it's a full vowel, a. When it is unstressed, it becomes the schwa. Look, it became a schwa because it's unstressed here. Now, this one is stressed, it's a. When it is unstressed, it becomes a schwa. So, any unstressed vowel becomes a schwa. And that's a general rule in English stress. All right. Well. All right. So we would say a vowel which is unstressed, that would be vowel minus that. This is saying an unstressed vowel. Vowel minus stress. Okay. The schwa, okay, and then we give the features first, okay, minus consonant vowel, plus syllabic, plus back, minus round, plus low, minus tense, alright. Okay. Now, this, remember, look at this rule is a special rule. Why? Because it doesn't have a context. It doesn't say an unstressed vowel becomes a schwa if, or in this situation, or in that situation, all the time. So, there is no need to say this here. It becomes this in here or in there. So we don't need this. We don't need the context. Because this rule is general. Okay? So this rule is what? We would call it context-free rule. Context-free rule, which means a rule that does not depend on a spatial context. So we don't need to say anything here, okay? Right, okay. All right, so okay, so for vowel stress, they will take a general rule for English, okay, like say a vowel, okay, is stressed, okay, if followed by two consonants. All right. So we would have, for example, we would say let's take an example. Now look at this. Total. Okay, so this one is minus stress and this one is plus stress. So we stress this one. Now the second, so we have two syllables. Okay, this syllable. Okay, a syllable that's in the end of the word. Okay, that's the end of the word. This syllable here is stressed only if it contains, for example, if it has this, a vowel followed by two consonants. Alright? So take an example. Look. This one is not stressed because it contains a vowel plus one consonant. So we stress this one. Teacher. Okay? For example, we'll take another example. Now we have two syllables here, class and tick. Do we stress this one? No, because it contains one vowel followed by one consonant. So we stress this one, and we pronounce this plastic, not plastique. Alright? But if we have a vowel followed by two consonants, we stress this vowel, the last vowel. For example, let's take this word. Now here we have vowel plus two consonants, alright? And so we will stress this one. And we pronounce this verb expect. Expect, not expect. Expect. Alright? So the rule is this, a vowel is stressed if followed by two consonants. So we'll do this, okay? Vowel becomes plus stress if it is here and followed by two consonants, as simple as that. So this is a piece of paper. All right. Okay. Have a good time.